Hi, this is Jacob Anderson, and this video is about replacement switches for the Shopsmith Mark V. I've done, at this point, 1,200 repairs on Shopsmith Mark Vs in the last 9 years, and I just make it a habit of replacing switches on just about every single machine because of age and mechanical problems the switches develop and dust problems the switches develop. So these two switches you see here are the ones that I sell in my web store and the ones that I use in all of my repairs. So I want to walk through some of the features of them just to show you why these are the switches that you want to use and not something you pick up at a hardware store, or they're even better than what Shopsmith sells. So most of the switches, most Mark Vs have this style switch. Up until mid-1993 they used this metal toggle switch, this style. Now this is how most of them look. Shopsmith had these long arms that are prone to bending. The terminals get loose. The terminals, they can do that. They swing and touch each other and short. Inside it's kind of wimpy little connectors, but all switches get some dust in them, kind of a micro dust. Dust gets in through the front. Every time you're flipping the switch, some dust can work its way in here. They can work in through the other seams. So I've taken a number of switches apart over the years just to look at them, and they all have dust in them and will stop working. They're also a two-pole style where one side might go bad, the other side might still be good. But just too often you're flipping your machine on or off and nothing happens because of dust inside or these tiny little parts going bad. So I use this type of switch. Much more solid terminals, can't spin, can't short out against each other. You can use the tab type connectors on them, which most machines have. If you have an older machine that used little screws, they're already pre-drilled to reuse those little teeny screws that you have and just switch over like that. Much more solid. And I send you this washer. It comes with this nut so it can fit on any of the Mark Vs from 1993, mid-1993 and older. You always want to make sure that your switch is big enough electrically to handle the load. They should be rated for continuous use, which this is, and they should be able to handle at least 15 or 20 amps. This one is rated 20 amps at 125, so that's good capacity for typical load on a Shopsmith Mark V. So you might pick up a switch that looks fine from the outside, but it's got to be strong enough electrically so it doesn't overheat, short, melt, those types of things. Now the newer Shopsmiths after 1993, they use this safety switch, they call it, with a removable key. They've used about 3 different versions of this switch, and I don't like these for a number of reasons. I've had so many customers over the years have problems with these. For one thing, this is meant to be safe, so you can take this out. Usually it gets lost or it gets stepped on and broken, and then you're unable to use your machine. You can't turn it on and off without this little guy. So that alone is a reason to not use them. With use, it's kind of got a wimpy little click, but with use it's this little tip that's making the contact inside, flipping the things inside, and these wear just a tiny little bit and it stops working. So these are a good idea. I mean, I think Shopsmith started using them just to prevent lawsuits of kids getting hurt. So anyway, people lose these, break them, they wear out. And then on the body of them, some of them had this type of wire coming out of the back, and these wires are basically just crimped in inside. They can work loose and you don't even know it, and they stop functioning, they stop making their connection. So I've had these keep a switch from working. Some of them are this better type of tab. But what I found, took me a few years to find it, is a real good rocker style switch. Nothing to lose. You can hear how much more solid the connection is. It works with tabs, if you had these wires in your old switch, you can clip these off, crimp on new terminals so your wires are long enough. Or I sell little extenders like this on my web store if you need these. So this is what I use. I feel it's far superior on many ways. Nothing to lose, nothing to wear out, better contact. It's the right size electronically, of course. Fits that same square hole perfectly in the headstock. So you can go to my web store and find these for sale. Both styles. Just make sure you get the right one, because the two castings are totally different. Alright, and this is my website, jacobsrepairshop.com. So go there for tons of information. You'll find access to my web store. You'll find the links to all my YouTube videos. I currently have about 20 of those. There's I sell on the web store my full-length repair DVDs if you want to do it yourself. So take a look at my website. You'll find lots of good information. Thank you.